I'm Sian Yeshe. I'm a filmmaker from Langham, Scotland. And I primarily work with film within communities and documenting social issues within communities that are everyday communities within the UK, particularly rural Scotland. I've covered a lot of topics, everything from religion, particularly the integration of religious minority groups, to poverty, unemployment, and the preservation of traditional cultures within the region that might not be celebrated necessarily outside of the region, but are important to kind of minority microcultures. I was a bit lost when I was younger. I was smart, but I didn't really know how to use it, where to put it, how to direct it. I'd gone through school here and just went, oh, I'm going to go be a graphic designer because I was like, I'm creative. And then through that path, found film. I ended up doing a film editing class as a block at art school, and then that was it. I've not stopped editing since. Being a creative here isn't so bad for me because I've lived in more rural places than here. Like, this is urban to me. Where I grew up, it was out in the countryside. There was like nobody else around. You spent your time being creative, I guess, because you had to find ways to play and keep yourself amused as a kid. And that's just grown up with me. I find that creatively practicing here, like, I love it because I can have my own universe if I want to have my own creative bubble. But I can also pick and choose to go to different places as well. I could be working in Bristol or Manchester or Glasgow. And for me, that was just a commute, but it also allowed that access to the things you feel that you miss as being rural. Once you realise that you can have your own little safe haven to practice in, and then just pick and choose what you want from those places, you can kind of cherry pick a creative lifestyle and life for yourself that was really fulfilling, but at the same time you don't have the urban pressures of costs of living particularly. For practicing here, it is imperative that you are a member of the community, because otherwise you'll never get anything done. I don't get things done through emails here. Like, I get things done by going and speaking to someone's granny or like their mum's cousin's uncle or something. And it's like through those personable connections that work can be created here, and that there is a trust from the community with you and a responsibility for you representing the community. I definitely feel a strong pressure with that, because I have to live here. Like, these people that I'm making work about, I have to go to the supermarket with them and sit next to them in the pub, and they're in like my gym and all these places. It's inhabited by these people that I am really creating about. And being from a place as well, you also have the added responsibility of kind of showing it in a fair light, maybe not its best light always, because sometimes you have to criticise it, but also being realistic and showing it from an insider's perspective. When I look at my own area, people love living here, but they're also the first to tell you how horrible it is to live here. And it's like, well, actually it's not horrible to live here. There is problems to live in here that most people won't have in other places, but there's an amazingness to live in here as well, and we need to celebrate that amazingness as well as bringing up the things that aren't so great. I guess my favourite thing about filmmaking for me, and this is a real personal frustration, I find it really hard to communicate sometimes with the outside world, particularly verbally and written, and being able to communicate something that I've thought so successfully and see other people be affected by that and see kind of the feedback from other people means quite a lot to me because of that struggle. You want to say something, you know you've got something to say, but you've got no idea how to say it, so you pick up a camera. I really want to make work that my dad could watch and my boyfriend could watch, who aren't in the art world, but they have opinions, they're into cool things, they understand culture, but they're not necessarily educated in the way that someone that's been to art school has been. Therefore, it's kind of a way for them to get into it and understand it, and it's a lot just more accessible. Yeah. I make artwork for my dad.